Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. If you're new, my name is Brian Craig, and this is the most pro-Trump. Oh, gotta get a drink. Uh-oh, guys. It's live. It's a live stream, just checking. This is the most pro-Trump stream or YouTube channel anywhere, I promise you. Well, lots happening over the weekend, and Chuck Todd has this BS story that he's going to spend time with the family. Chuck Todd has been fired from NBC's Meet the Press, and I want to talk about it and share with you his goodbye message. And the person that they're replacing him with is one of the most deeply connected people in all of politics when it comes to the Democrat circle of things. So here goes the story. Chuck Todd to step down as host of Meet the Press. Kristen Welker is going to take over. Now, let me talk about Kristen Welker just real quick, and then we'll play Chuck Todd's message. And he's going to cry like a girl, too, when we get to it, so stay tuned for that. Kristen Welker, she is so well connected. She's been with NBC for many years. But when Obama was president, now this is crazy. You have to be super, super in for this to happen. When Obama was president, Kristen Welker and her mother and father, the three of them, spent the night at the White House on Christmas Eve and woke up and spent Christmas morning with President Obama, Michelle, and the kids. Think about that. Who has guests over Christmas morning when you got little kids on Christmas morning? So Kristen Welker, I don't know why her family are that in. I don't know, but they are. That's some hardcore stuff. So she's being replaced with somebody that is in Obama's inner circle. This Kristen Welker, certainly in the Obama circle. So let's go to Chuck Todd here with his goodbye message.
Welcome back. I have a personal announcement. While today is not my final show, this is going to be my final summer here at Meet the Press. It's been an amazing, nearly decade-long run. I'm really proud of what this team and I have built over the last decade, and frankly, the last 15-plus years that I've been here at NBC, which also includes my time as political director. I've loved so much of this job, helping to explain America to Washington and explain Washington to America. When I took over Meet...
Oh, really? Wow. So Chuck Todd's been explaining Washington to us. We need this jerk to tell us what's going on, right? He's been explaining it to us, though.
Helping to explain America to Washington and explain Washington to America. When I took over Meet the Press, it was a Sunday show that had a lot of people questioning whether it could still have a place in the modern media space. Well, I think we've answered that question and then some. We've taken Meet the Press...
Yeah, the answer's no. That's why you've been fired. It has been answered, no. You're not relevant in the media space anymore. That is why they are firing you, Chuck Todd.
And then some. We've taken Meet the Press from a single Sunday show to a distinct and important political franchise. From our daily show, Meet the Press Now, our magazine show, Meet the Press Reports, to our newsletters and podcasts, we've successfully expanded what makes Meet the Press special on Sundays to make it special no matter the topic or where it airs or when it airs. That includes our annual Meet the Press Film Festival as well, which has somehow become one of the most important festivals for Oscar buzz and nominations for news-driven documentaries.
What? Have you even heard of this? So he believes that he is the driving force for Oscars? This guy is the most pathetically insecure guy on television right now, until he's gone at the end of the summer.
But the key to survival of any of these incredible media entities, including here at Meet the Press, is for leaders not to overstay their welcome. I'd rather leave a little bit too soon than stay.
He's a leader. What's Chuck Todd leading? He said a leader should not step. He considers himself to be a leader. What is he a leader of? The liberal BS corporate media liar group of people on television? Is he their leader? This guy is so full of himself.
Leaders not to overstay their welcome.
That's right.
I'd rather leave a little bit too soon than stay a tad bit too long.
Oh, yes.
I've had 2 amazing professional chapters, and I already have plans for my next chapter, including some projects right here at NBC News that I've been very focused on. Among them, docuseries and some docudramas focused on trying to educate the public better, bridge our divides, and pierce our political bubbles.
Oh, my goodness.
So while I may be leaving this chair, I'm still going to help NBC navigate and coach colleagues in this 2024 campaign season and beyond. But this is also an important time for me personally. I've let work consume me for nearly 30 years. I can't remember the last time I didn't wake up before 5 or 6 a.m. And as I've watched too many friends and family let work consume them before it was too late, I promised my family I wouldn't do that.
Here's the crying. Here's the crying. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Here come the tears, the girly man.
Late. I promised my family I wouldn't do that. And just as important, and this is what really makes me happy, I'm also ready to take a step back because I have so much confidence in the person whom I'm going to pass the baton to.
Yes.
She's somebody who's been ready for this for a long time. Kristen Welker.
Oh, yes.
I've had the privilege of working with her from essentially her first day here in Washington. And let me just say, she's the right person in the right moment.
Yes.
And for what it's worth, this is always how I hoped this would end for me, that I'd be passing the baton to her. And I'll...
Really? He's always... This is an interesting thing. He's always hoped that he would be passing the baton to her? Now, what do you think his wife thinks about that? So why has he had this special place in his heart for this woman who is not his wife and was hoping that things would end perfectly where he could just hand everything over to this woman that is not his wife? My wife would be like, what's that about, Brian? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, my goodness. This is like Jesse Waters with his first wife, right?
Would end for me, that I'd be passing the baton to her.
Yes.
And I'll officially do that in September. I'll be honest, though, I leave feeling concerned about this moment in history, but reassured by the standards we've set here. We didn't tolerate propagandists, and this network and program never...
Now, Brian, we didn't tolerate propaganda. We don't tolerate conservative viewpoints. That's what that means. Oh, my goodness. The deep state have recalled him.
Propagandists, and this network and program never will. But it doesn't mean sticking your head in the sand either. If you ignore reality, you'll miss the biggest story. Being a real political journalist isn't about building a brand. It's about reporting what's happening and explaining why it's happening and letting the public absorb the facts. If you do this job seeking popularity, you are doing this job incorrectly. I take the attacks from partisans as compliments, and I take the compliments from partisans with a grain of salt. The goal of this and every Meet the Press episode is to do all of the following in one informative hour.
Yeah.
Make you mad, make you think, shake your head in disapproval, and nod your head in approval. If you do all of that in 1 hour of this show, we've done our job. So again, this isn't goodbye, but know this. No matter who sits in this chair, if it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press.
Oh, my goodness. If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press. It's been a long time since anyone cared about Meet the Press. Hold on, guys. Well, you know, this is an interesting thing because what's going on here, the reason they're clearing him out at the end of the summer is because the presidential campaign will be heating up. They want this tired old hack replaced. And Kristen Welker, who's in with the Obamas, and since the Obamas are running the White House right now with this senile old coot we got in there, it's just the way they want things to go. That's why he's getting away. They're getting rid of him. But Meet the Press. There's only one thing Meet the Press could do to become relevant again, because these Sunday shows are irrelevant. And that would be to offer the job to Tucker Carlson, and Tucker Carlson accepted. But that's just not going to happen. And we're witnessing a time that really is historic. Not Chuck Todd. Who cares about Chuck Todd speed bump? I don't watch Meet the Press. If something interesting happens on Meet the Press, I'll see it on Twitter, hear about it online, and I might go grab the audio. But I haven't watched an episode of Meet the Press. I don't know in how long. 20 years? I mean, come on. Nobody watches this crap. But, come on. Nobody watches this. But what we're really seeing, and Fox News began with this when they got rid of Tucker, is the death of television as the driver of news, right? NBC's done. Cable news is done. It's all done. It's really amazing, but television, television became important as a driving force of news when it came to politics when Kennedy was president. Kennedy was the first White House of the television era, and they wiped out newspapers. Who would have thought, even with the rise of the web, and everything that goes on online, television was still number one. And television has lost relevancy because they've done it to themselves, right? They become self-important propagandists. They have one voice, no matter what. The stream I did yesterday morning showing what they're doing on Fox News, if you've not seen it, go and watch it. We've got one voice on all the television news outlets. It's one force. It's the voice of the uniparty. They're propagandists. They're not even news people anymore. And that's why they're done. The drivers of news are people like me who are independent people, not just me. There's a lot of guys like me and women, but people like me who are independent. And, we go on YouTube, or some of them might go on Rumble or on Twitter or Instagram, and we share our thoughts and opinions and give our analysis to you, and you guys come up with your own conclusions as to what's going on. And television, it's really an amazing thing. I never thought that there would come a time when television was gone. But it really is. Generation Z, which, young 20s are the new, the age of parents of young children, they don't even watch TV. They do everything on the iPhone and everything. So, we're going through this time when not only is television going away, but television news. And when television news fades away, as it's doing very fast right now, that means that the corporate deep staters are losing control of the message. Trump really started this. What Trump did after he came down the escalator that no Republican had been able to do ever, not even Reagan, is president, and he still does it today. But he's the first to do this, that as a Republican. Donald Trump sets the narrative. He decides what the narrative is. It used to be the Democrats, the media, set the narrative, and we were always responding. And when you're responding to the narrative, you're a loser. You're always losing because you're always responding, you're always defending. And everything's been turned around now. President Trump and we in the MAGA movement are setting the narrative, and it's really hitting them hard. And let me tell you, they're not going to give this up easily. Okay, this thing with Kristen Welker, a lot of it is about trying to get her in place and build up credibility for the debates. And, President Trump has been talking about not doing debates, which is unheard of, not doing these television debates. And, one of the biggest problems we've had for so long are the television debates because they're always biased in favor of the liberals. This Kristen Welker, she was a real beaut during the last campaign, remember? Oh, my goodness, she's awful. She's one of the worst when it comes to bias media people. But she's so sick and twisted in her mind, she doesn't even realize she's biased. She just, I'm biased. I love Trump. I'm MAGA for life, and I acknowledge I'm biased, okay? But these people are so self-important and sick, they can't even acknowledge or even see that they are biased. But President Trump talking about not doing the debates is really an amazing thing because what does he plan on doing? Now, one of the reasons he may not be planning on doing debates is because these so-called opponents are so far behind him, they're really not even competitors. But I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that he's going to bypass the television news. At least the mainstream corporate media that have been handling these debates. Let me throw this out to you. When they do these big news sponsored presidential debates, right? Fox will have them, NBC, CBS, ABC, they all do them, CNN. If they have a presidential Republican debate and Donald Trump is not there, is that what's the point, right? Now, I want to go over the polls. Now, I just went over to Real Clear Politics, and Real Clear Politics gives us all kinds of information here. And this is really beautiful. Look at this. This is now these are the most recent polls as of, on Friday we have here, which is the 2nd. And this is the Nevada Republican poll. Right now, it's really just Republicans because we're in a primary. We just want to look at Republicans. And look at this. Trump is at 53, DeSantis at 21. President Trump has a 32-point lead. Nikki Haley, 3. Tim Scott, 2. Ramaswamy, 2. Pence, 1. Hutchinson, 0. Sununu, 0. I mean, look about that. 32-point lead in this latest poll out of Nevada among Republicans. I mean, so why should he debate these people? By debating them, what he's really doing is elevating them, right? They're not even close to being his equal. 32-point lead. I mean, that's amazing. Look at this one. The West Virginia poll. Trump has a 45-point lead. Trump is 54. DeSantis is 9. Look at that. 54-9. Trump with a 45-point lead. And these other ones, Pence at 5, Scott 4, Haley 3, Ramaswamy 2, Hutchinson 2. Trump has a 45-point lead. Why should he be debating these losers? Let's see here. Here's another one. This is California. Trump has an 18-point lead, 44-26 against DeSantis. I mean, that's amazing. Look at this. This is South Carolina. President Trump with a 25-point lead in South Carolina, where DeSantis had the fake heckler. Look at this. Here we notice no new polls have come out of Florida because DeSantis is getting creamed in Florida. We haven't had a poll out of Florida in weeks. Iowa. Trump has a 42-point lead in Iowa. Trump at 62, DeSantis at 20. A 42-point lead. That's amazing. Look at this. The Fox News poll, national poll, Trump with a 33-point lead. Here we've got another one. The Marquette poll, nationwide. Trump with a 21-point lead. He's even beating Biden by 5 in these polls. 11, Trump beats Biden by 11 in these polls. This one with DeSantis ahead is versus Biden, so that doesn't even count. So, Trump is just whipping them bad. I mean, this is one of the most brutal polls I've ever seen. And, the thing about the polls you got to look for is what I tell people all the time. Look at the trend. And the trend is Trump in a double-digit lead in every poll everywhere. So, and a lot of these pollsters like Fox, they hate Trump. And even in the polls where they hate Trump, he's kicking their butt. It's absolutely amazing, and it's beautiful, and it's everything else. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. Now, I don't know if you guys saw yesterday. I put up a YouTube short, and I went to the Super Target in my neighborhood to see what kind of pride stuff they had, and they did have some. And I made a YouTube short, and I'll tell you about that. But an ex-Target exec reveals the one item that sparked the consumer firestorm, and I'm imagining it's that outfit with the penis pocket where people could hide their penis in. Target has seen a significant drop in its market value as the retail giant faces a consumer firestorm over the display of Pride merchandise in stores around the nation. The controversy follows a boycott against Bud Light. Okay, goes on and on. Former Target Vice Chairman Gerald Storch joined Fox and Friends. I guess they took I guess it was a part of their Pride Month thing, and revealed the one item that made the difference against the competition and sparked the backlash. This is the New York Post, which is News Corp. He explained many retailers carry Pride merch, the plates that had different colors in it. Fine, you show the rainbow, the gingerbread house, whatever. Who cares? They all have that stuff. He targeted the one item from the store's Pride collection that set it apart from its competition and ignited the consumer firestorm. And it's this, the tuck-friendly extra crotch outfit, right? This is the one. The former exec shared an example of how he handled the controversy with babies. It goes into it. But it was this thing where they could hide the penis so they could be a woman even though they got the penis. And when I made that YouTube short yesterday, that was it was not easy to make. The Pride merchandise, you can see it on my YouTube channel. The Pride merchandise, it was in the far back. Thank you very much, Indo Wars, for that super chat. Thank you kindly. You'll see your name in the scroll here in a bit. it was hard to find because they moved it to the back of the store, and it was in a very strange area where they put it. It was so weird where they put it. So they have the Pride merchandise. They don't have this penis pocket outfit. They have the cakes and the gingerbread house and Pride tarot cards and rainbow clothes and stuff. They didn't have this thing with the penis pocket in it. But they had it in the far back. If you're standing at the front of Target and you're looking back on the left, right, far corner near where the dressing rooms are, and they had it in this section between the men's and the women's section. And I thought it was a very strange section. So they didn't want to be gender specific with the Pride stuff. So it was in this little section that part of it bleeds into the men's section, part of it bleeds into the ladies section, and this is in between men and women. And I don't think it's a coincidence they had it there. I don't know where it is in the other Targets. I just went to the Super Target in our neighborhood. Now, the thing about it, though, is they had a gay guard on the Pride merchandise at Target. And I was going to go and make a vlog, but I couldn't really. I had a very difficult time getting the little bit that I had that I turned into a YouTube short. You can go on my shorts and take a look at it. He wasn't like a security guard, but he was a gay guy, and he's just a regular Target employee. And he was pretending to do all this busy work on the Pride merch and all the racks around the Pride merch to keep people like me away from taking pictures or video or in their mind, they think people disapprove of them so much. So they're going to, do something to the display or everything. And it was very difficult. So I didn't get to do a vlog like I wanted. But I got a short, and you could see what's there, and it was so pathetic with the gay guard that they had, and I could tell this guy was posted there. This was like his job. And if you wanted to know how do I know he's gay, come on, I could tell. All right, but it was the gay guard, and you look at. Every month is something else, right? We've got Women's Month. We've got Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We've got all these different things. This is really one of the few months that has, like its own merchandise, like the Pride gingerbread cake and all that stuff. It's kind of weird. But anyway, go check out the short and just give you a little bit behind the scenes. Now, if you'd like to support my channel and all my content, which includes my YouTube channel, my podcast with my wife, Kathy, the radio show with Steve Kane, and all the content, go to mypillow.com, use my promo code KANE at checkout, KANE, and take advantage of these great deals. The Giza Dream Sheets, 50% off with my promo code KANE at checkout, KANE at mypillow.com. My wife and I have several sets of these. These are perfectly regulating your body temperature every night. They're made of 100% Giza cotton, which is the finest cotton in the world. This is the new 3-inch mattress topper 2.0 with cooling technology, which is perfect for the summer, right? It keeps your whole body the perfect temperature so you don't get hot at night in bed. And the 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper 2.0 with cooling technology is 40% off with my promo code KANE at checkout, KANE, and free shipping. So it's 40% off and free shipping with the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. It's an upgrade on the original 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper because it has the cooling technology in it. And you can see it explained. You're also supporting Mike Lindell, too, because he's a great guy. And, of course, the MyPillow 2.0, which my wife and I sleep on every night. And this is a major upgrade on the MyPillow that started it all because the pillow has the cooling technology on the outside in this new material. It has that same patented fill that Mike Lindell invented. But this cooling technology material makes it so that your head and your face never get hot at night. You'll never flip the pillow over again looking for the cool side. And it's buy one, get one free with my promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. Now listen, you can take advantage of all the specials at mypillow.com with my promo code KANE, K-A-N-E at checkout. Not just the ones I talk about, but I talk about what I think are the must-haves and my favorites and some of the best deals. So go to mypillow.com and use my promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E, and support all my content and get a great night's sleep at the same time. Now, this is something that has not happened in a while. It happens every few years, and I tell you guys to look for this, okay? Where did this happen? Let me look and see where this happened at. This is in Centerville, Texas, okay? Centerville, Texas. I don't know where in Texas Centerville is. Any Texans out there can tell us. And the Nazis came out, okay? The Nazis and the white supremacists came out, and, of course, they've got masks on. And the way the media want to portray this is that this is MAGA. This is the face of MAGA. These are Republicans. And there's something about this that shows that these are fake Nazis. And when I see these Nazis at these different events that the press are at, this is the biggest giveaway that they're fake Nazis that I'm going to share with you. Let me play this.
White power! White power! White power! White power! Sieg Heil!
Okay, Sieg Heil, all that stuff. Okay. Now, I paused it right here because you get a good visual of this. And when you see these fake Nazis and fake white supremacists around, when I share this with you, some of you that have been with me for a long time have seen me point this out before. I showed this in Charlottesville. There were some Nazis at Walt Disney World that I pointed this out. And it's not the masks. It's the flags. Notice the flags are brand new with creases in them. See that? This flag was in a package this very morning that this happened, and it was taken out of the package. New Confederate flags. I don't know what that flag is. That's new. All the flags are new. You can see the creases on the flags. You know, this is the biggest giveaway. Real Nazis, when they go to their Nazi white supremacist rally, they have their Nazi flags, their Confederate flags, their white supremacist flags up on the walls in their bedrooms and their living rooms with tacks. And they take the tacks out and they take the flag in over to the rally. They just take it off the wall. The flags are used and they take it to the rally. When you see the fake Nazis, look for the creases in the flags. I mean, I don't know where they order these from. I don't know if they're available on Amazon. I don't know. I don't want to know. But Nazis and white supremacists, they have these flags their whole life. And when you see those creases, and it's almost 100%. The Nazis in front of Disney, the Nazis in Charlottesville, the creases, and I know some of you have seen me point this out in the past. The masks are part of it, you know, but it's not so much the mask. Look at the flags. They're all brand new with creases in them. I mean, give me a break. Yeah, exactly. You know, this is one of the reasons that the mainstream media are failing, because and people like me that are independent, that aren't beholden to some big company with some fake agenda, you know, we tell you what's really going on. If NBC News or CBS Evening News, if they went around and did what I just did on national television, although I'm national, you guys are all over the country. Where are you guys from? I know you guys are all over America, right? You know, if this was on NBC's nightly news about the creases and the flags at these Nazi things, it would show that they're fake Nazis. They're probably Democrats, maybe feds, who knows, but they're not real. Then people would go back and watch. You know, the mainstream media is in a total destructive mode right now, but they're doing it to themselves. They're doing it to themselves. And because they don't report the news, they're in the business of covering up the news. And it's just amazing to me, no matter how many times I point out the fake Nazis, you know, they still do it. They still do it. Now, I want to show you guys a really disturbing video. This is one of America's greatest cities, Philadelphia. Have any of you seen this? I know this is circulating on social media. Look at this. These are the streets of Philadelphia. Look at this. I mean, this is just, This is a national embarrassment going on. No one in America should be living in conditions like this. But if you go across the country, in any of the major cities where Democrats are in charge, this is the new normal, right? I mean, is there a city, is there a community that's being run by Democrats? I mean, I feel so sorry for these people. Is there a city or a community run by Democrats that isn't in a condition like this? No. No. I mean, this is just the way it is. Now, why is that? Is it because they're corrupt like Joe Biden? Are they incompetent? Or what's the problem? Well, it's a variety of reasons, okay? But this is how the Democrats want things to be. This is how they want people to live. Because if people are poor and they're living on the streets, and obviously a lot of these people have different addictions and vices. I mean, these people are like Hunter without the money and daddy's connections. If they keep people in these types of conditions, they can control them. And what the Democrats are doing, and it's quite by design, what the Democrats are doing by design is trying to destroy the middle class and the working class. The Democrats have realized that they finally have accepted something that we've known for a long time. Working people don't like Democrats because working people work hard and don't want to give our money over to a bunch of bums. And what the Democrats view as having stopped them from having complete power in this country, 100%, are working people, middle class and working class people. And these things in these major cities, that's by design. That's one of the reasons they love the illegals at the southern border. They're a peasant class of people. And our most impoverished are wealthy by the standards of these third world pits of hell that they come from in Central and South America. And that's the way it is. Yeah, it's the fentanyl crisis is created by Joe Biden. And by the way, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, and everybody that's watching live, make sure you like the video. If you're watching later and you're not watching live, leave a comment on the video and share your thoughts on agree or disagree with what I'm sharing with you. But this fentanyl crisis, this is a big thing. Joe Biden has really coordinated this whole fentanyl crisis. I want you guys to think about it, right? I mean, the southern border issue is a lot of things, but the main thing it is an attack on by the United States by China. It is a fentanyl trafficking operation that's going on. The fentanyl is manufactured in China. The Chinese put it on ships. They sail it to the Pacific ports in Mexico. They unload the fentanyl to the drug cartels, and the drug cartels drive it to the southern border. And these people walking across the border have fentanyl in their pockets, backpacks, purses, bags, whatever they got, all over the place. And it's a fentanyl trafficking operation. I know it's a lot of other things too, but that's primarily what it is. And it's an attack on this country by China, causing this nationwide fentanyl drug addiction. And that's the way it is. And you know what? The Uniparty are behind it. You guys know Emerald Robinson? Emerald Robinson is awesome. I love Emerald Robinson. And she posted this up. She says, this is true. This was, I don't know, is this, I don't know if this was on True Social or Twitter, but Emerald Robinson, she's been on different news outlets. She's very, very good. The dirty secret of the GOP, they don't want to have the majority. And she's talking about the rhino Republican establishment. The dirty secret of the GOP, they don't want to have the majority. In fact, she says, consultants have told me the GOP gets rich in the minority. They like to complain about Democrat rule and fundraise on what they will fix when they return to power. Then they do nothing in power. And she is right spot on the money with that. And, what Emerald Robinson is saying is something that others have said. This is the Karl Rove group. They don't mind not controlling the country. They control the party. And all these people make a lot of money being in the minority. And she is right on the money. In fact, the Republican establishment, which now has this uniparty thing going on, they're very comfortable losing the White House for decades to come as long as they control the party. And I'm glad Emerald Robinson's talking about that. I haven't heard anybody
what-
about that in a while, and it'll start a discussion. I think more people need to know about that. Now, I want to share one other thing here with you, and this is Kellyanne Conway, and she gives some analysis on Trump and DeSantis, which I think is pretty good. And I think you'll think it's pretty good, too, and I wanted to share it with you. This is on Fox Business. I saw this on Twitter. Don't worry, I've not broken my Fox boycott. I saw this on the Twitter, guys.
I mean, what's this guy going to do? I don't get it.
You're not wrong. And the theory of the case for Ron DeSantis running for president is being blown up by these polls against Trump in three ways. Number one is electability. I'm the only guy who can win, and I'm the only guy who can beat Biden. That's just not true. He's not winning. And sure, he's beating Biden here or there, but so is Trump. Secondly, he feels like he has an advantage on COVID. He's out there talking about Dr. Fauci and COVID and lockdowns. I can't find very many Republican presidential primary voters in 2024 who want to talk about COVID.
Right.
I know what he's trying to say. He's wrong that he didn't shut down the state. He did shut down the state.
Yes.
His better argument, Larry, is the truthful one, which is I opened up Florida faster than other states. But they had a bad second wave, and because of Florida's weather, COVID was a little bit delayed there. The third theory of the case that was supposed to bolster Ron DeSantis is that he's the guy who he's generational change. People don't seem to want that right now. They don't want
That's right.
Biden there. But I think the whole generational change looks like inexperience. It looks like, what is your national platform, national security, foreign policy? You're right. He's been a good governor of Florida. He's got a lot to bring to the table. But he wasted the last 6 months or so. I don't see yet that he's going to be able to overtake Trump in these polls. Here's the conundrum for Ron DeSantis and everyone else, but him in second place. On the one hand, you have to attack Trump to beat Trump. On the other hand, you have to attract Trump's voters to win.
Right.
And how do you do that? If anything, I think the diehard Trump voters, of which there are millions and millions in the Republican primaries, they're punishing DeSantis.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's right. I mean, what do you guys think about that? Are we punishing DeSantis? Well, you know what she said a lot of things that are right, but one thing she said towards the end is to beat Trump and to win the election, the general election, he would need the Trump voters. And I got to tell you, if it's not going to happen, but if somehow Ron DeSantis got the nomination, how many of you would vote for him? No. There'd be a major activist move to write in Trump in protest of DeSantis having the nomination. It's over for Ron DeSantis. And, I'm really disappointed. He fooled us all. I thought that he was different, but he's not different. And he's worse. He's the worst because he lied to us. He lied to President Trump and he lied to us. And, I don't like to talk about the man's wife, but she's just weird. Okay, and I do want to share this story here with Casey DeSantis. She has this jacket where woke goes to die that she wore in Iowa, and it's obviously a take off of Melania. Remember Melania had that jacket on, and of course we got a Florida alligator there where woke goes to die, Florida. Yes, and I don't mind that phrase, but this is the problem with this whole thing where woke goes to die. That's a bumper sticker, and I know President Trump said nobody can really define woke and all this stuff. Well, I think what he means by that, where woke goes to die, it's okay. Is it true? He lost to Disney. And remember what Carrie Lake said a couple weeks ago. If you can't beat Donald Duck, how are you going to beat Donald Trump? That's true. But this where woke goes to die is a vacuous talking point. Okay? Now, we've had some conservative victories with Ron DeSantis. He did flip some school boards in the last election, which was a good thing. I think he's falsely giving himself credit for turning Miami Republican. I think Donald Trump had a massive rally down there. See, Miami, Dade County went Republican because we had a very hot Senate race with Marco Rubio and a Democrat by the name of Val Demings. And Marco Rubio's obviously Cuban. Cuban American, and you've got a heavy Cuban American population in Miami, of course. President Trump had a massive rally in Miami for Ron DeSantis, and there was a massive turnout for Ron DeSantis because of this creep, Val Demings, who was a real bad person. I'm sure she still is a bad person. She just lost. And that rally of President Trump's and that massive turnout for Marco Rubio against Val Demings is why Dade County, why Miami went Republican for the first time in all those years, not Ron DeSantis. But to me, when I see Ron DeSantis and his wife these days, they just look like they're doing cosplay. Like this is a game to them. They just don't seem to me like serious people, really. Do they seem serious to you? You know, not at all. Not at all. I mean, what goes to die is a cool phrase. I like the jacket, you know, but what is beyond the talking points? See, this is kind of like how Democrats are. Remember, they have these stupid bumper stickers like, remember Obama's reelection with Biden? Bin Laden's dead, GM's alive. Okay, we know what that means. That's kind of how this is. And we need more than bumper stickers. You know, Ron DeSantis, let me see if I got this clip. Let me see if I got this. I know I got it somewhere. Is this the clip?
Congratulating Kim Jong-un.
Okay, yeah, I want to play this clip because this is this is why Trump is a successful winner who gets things done, and our other politicians are a bunch of losers who don't know what they're doing. So this is a clip that everyone's talking about. Ron DeSantis is being asked about President Trump complimenting Kim Jong-un.
Chester with Fox.
Hi.
What did you make of Trump congratulating Kim Jong-un?
I was surprised to see that. I mean, I think one, Kim Jong-un is a murderous dictator. They just imprisoned for life a family, including an infant, which is just outrageous. And then the World Health Organization's a bankrupt organization. Like Kim Jong-un's bad, but then joining that, we need to be getting out of that and rejecting the WHO lockdown treaty and not congratulating about being involved in the WHO.
Do you think Trump has the
Okay, so, you know, this thing, President Trump has talked about this on more than one occasion. It's been brought, you know, he says nice things about Kim Jong-un and Putin. And what President Trump says about that is spot on, right on the money. If he goes out there and calls them dictators, murderers, and war criminals and evil people, are they going to sit down and deal with him? No. You know, you got to take these low-life creep murderers and thugs and compliment them. You know, that's what these dictators like. That's how you get things done. If you go around attacking them like this all the time, calling them war criminals and everything, they're not going to meet with you. They're not going to work with you. They're not going to get anything done. And that's why so many things don't get done in our society. You've got to it's compliment. Of course, Trump knows they're murderers and dictators, but they're also evil psychopaths. And when you're dealing with a sociopath like Kim Jong-un or Putin, you got to play to their ego a little bit to get something done. Like President Trump says he can end the war with Russia and Ukraine in a month. If he's out there calling Putin a war criminal, he talked about this in one of his recent interviews. I can't remember which one it was. It wasn't the town hall last week. It might have been the interview we did with Hannity a few weeks ago. I can't remember. But he said, if I'm out there calling him a war criminal, he's not going to sit down and talk with us. He's afraid he'll get arrested or executed. So, you know, you got to think about things in a little bigger way than all of that. Now, this other clip I want to play, this is CNN.
If the problem is that, people aren't going to be able to upload things that Republicans are saying, maybe Republicans should stop saying it.
Okay. Yeah, Kirsten Powers here, USA Today columnist. You know, this is such an amazing thing with the left that they just don't get. This uniparty, corporate media, fake news, and everything else. They just think that people shouldn't say something that they disagree with, right? That if you're a Republican, if you're MAGA, and you disagree with the left, you should, not only should you not say it, you should not be permitted to say it, because what you say is evil and wrong. And it, you know, listen, I don't like Democrats, I don't like liberals, I don't agree with them on anything, but let them speak their mind. Let them go out there and look stupid. You know, when Democrats are talking, they're debunking themselves nonstop, aren't they? I think they are. They're completely debunking themselves, in my opinion, and I think you guys agree with that, right? Yeah, absolutely. So you don't hear Republicans trying to shut down liberals. It's always the other way around. And the reason they want to shut us down and don't want us to talk and don't want us to share our opinions is because we're right, they're wrong, and the Democrat liberal viewpoint falls apart when conservatives like you and like me and others share the MAGA version of things, which is true. Their points get shot down like that. They can't back up their positions against logical conservative MAGA opposition. So their thing is to cancel us out, declare us evil and everything else, and not let us talk. Now, I want to share with you guys, there's still time to order this for Father's Day, believe it or not, and that is this great portrait of our great President Donald Trump. You know, when I'm on the radio during the week, I have one of these behind me in the studio. These are great. They come in 3 different sizes, 11 by 14, 13 by 19, and 16 by 20. Now, these limited edition prints are being offered to those of you who follow all of my content first. And what Patriotic Prints USA.com did, that's prints with an S, Patriotic Prints USA.com commissioned this incredible painting with a very well-known artist named Michael Israel. And they took that painting and turned it into these limited edition beautiful prints. And you can see the largest one is only $54.99. Great deal, huh? That's right. They are beautiful, and you'll love yours. They make a great gift for Father's Day or just yourself. It's patrioticprintsusa.com. That's prints with an S, patrioticprintsusa.com. And remember, when you use all of the sponsors to my content, you're supporting all of my content. And don't forget, guys, my wife and I will have a podcast later tonight that we'll upload here on YouTube and on all the podcast platforms, so keep an eye out for that. If you're new to my channel, subscribe, all right? And everyone who's watching, whether live or later, like the video. When you guys like the video, that helps spread the word about my channel and gets me recommended to people that have not yet found me yet, which helps the channel grow and get our message out. My name's Brian Craig. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you on the podcast later on. Take care.